Like when before you get on TikTok,
Yeah.
go on TikTok and say that you're going on.
Yeah,
Little Nate said that's the way it comes, bud.
I know.
And I bugged out when he said it. I'm like, what? He like, yo, Dad, y'all gotta do that, cause then people will see that y'all doing it
And jump on.
Yes.
I know. I'm just not as active
on TikTok.
on TikTok.
But
Like,
Little Nate
yeah,
said,
I do gotta work it a little more.
Little Nate said, yo, the TikTok is jigging, Daddy.
It is. TikTok is most definitely. Alright, we live. Shout out to Louis John. P, what's going on, P? Yeah, we was out of commission. Singing ass Avery, that's one talent to you. Yo, Gat Scan, yo, shout out to the brother Gat Scan. Much love to him, man. My brother, salute. That's fire. We here another day. I'm Sport Brooklyn.
I'm Nate.
And this is Dungeon Talk. If this is your first time, this is where we bring living room conversation and we just invite some viewers. Shout out to Bushwick Radio. Hopefully this week coming, A&R Desk will be broadcasting along with Bushwick Radio. So salute to Bushwick Radio. We're gonna get it right, Miss Jackson Media Group. So I'm fresh. I was running around the city today, doing the tourist thing, taking pictures of buildings and all that. Gabby, and I went to see the Hell's Kitchen.
How was it?
It was pretty dope to see. Like, everyone knows Alicia Keys' story for the most part. Everybody kind of knows the story, but to see it in action was pretty dope.
Pretty dope. Good. Like,
it was good. The singing was good. The storyboard was good. I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm a Broadway connoisseur and all that, but I've been to a few Broadway shows, and to me, stage work, it was important.
Stage work was good.
The stage work they could have did a lot more with the stage. They relied more on like monitors and like TV screens in the background. But like when I went to Michael Jackson joint and the way they did the stage, it spoiled me.
So Michael Jackson was better.
Michael Jackson joint was fire, bro. Michael Jackson's story was fire. The way they told that story and the little Mike singing and dancing.
Real Mike.
Son got horns. The little kid, he got the horn. He got trumpets and horns in here. Like son was in there blowing. Like, nah. So that was pretty cool to be in the city today. And I took the train.
For real?
My man said,
for real?
I took the train.
Spud on a train? New York City MTA train?
Took the train, bro. I was on a train. Took two trains, son. 2 trains to go, bro. Had to get off at 42nd.
I felt.
It was cool. I was people watching. I was really like a tourist, like looking around. People.
Because you don't take the train, Spud.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while, so it feels good to be sitting there like a passenger for real.
One thing I do notice about New York City life now, the city life is different.
It's not the same.
No one's busting. Like, I'm crossing it. Everyone stopped. I'm like, we don't stop at the light. Like, man, the car. Man, I'm cutting through. I'm like, I feel like people looking at me like, yo, he crazy. Or I look like I was up to something. But it was pretty cool. Miss Jackson says, Spud takes the train. So, nah, but it was cool. It was cool to see that, man, and learn the story of where she got her love for the piano between her father and the lady in her building, and seeing that story. It was cool. It sparked a lot of thoughts in me. Like, I would like to have a story, tell a story of mine.
You can tell a good story. Your story good. Your story real good.
I was thinking about, like, in my head, watching it, I was like coming up with titles in my head and thinking about like segments of my life that I would.
You ever thought about it? For real?
No. In that very moment, watching today, I was like, I would do it. Like, not to take nothing from Alicia Keys' story, but her story is very triumphant because her success later.
Yes.
So like, take away her making it, being Alicia Keys, take away all that, and her story was just like, yeah, that's Keisha from down the block. You know what I'm saying? That's Keisha's story. I know that. I know that story. You know what I'm saying? I know that story, man. You know what I'm saying? And Keisha had a harder story. You know what I'm saying?
Story.
You know what I'm saying? So, not to take away from, it just makes it a great story because we know the finished part. So I was like, damn, what if someone told a story like without that part and leave room for assumption. So that was, but it was pretty good. But it did spark something in my mind to figure out if I want to do one of myself.
That'd be dope, Spud.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be real dope. That'd be dope. Cause your story is very. I actually was asking you today about your, you know, and it was kind of crazy that you told me that you was incarcerated as a child.
Yeah.
And
bro.
I was wondering, how did you handle all that? Like just sitting there chilling and being a child, cause you really don't have no idea.
You don't, and at the time you think you do, and then I didn't even know like when I got sentenced, you know, my maximum was life, so I got 7 to life, and I never forget when I was in Supreme Court, downtown Brooklyn Supreme Court, and I got my suit on, you know, my family, I had a suit during trial and all that, and I just copped out. I pleaded to a life sentence. Didn't even understand what.
See?
I didn't even understand
See?
what I pleaded to. My lawyer, who was a play lawyer, fuck you, Steven Stone. But my pops, yeah, straight up. But my pops put TikTok, let me slide, TikTok, let me live before you cut the live.
My just got your lawyer.
Yeah. Fuck Steve Stone, bitch ass. My pops put the house up to get the lawyer, Steve Stone, and he told me like, yo, if you take this plea, you'll do 1 year, which I already had a year in going to court, and then I'll do another year as a juvenile, transfer over as an adult, and do 3 years total. Come home on good time. So even 3 years, because I already had a year in going to court, so 2 years felt like an eternity. So I wasn't even thinking about the 7 to life. Yo, Itch, what's going on? Matter of fact, yo, we said you take that shit to the... Yo, so Itch, I don't know, Itch remembers this. Itch was there the day I took the plea. Itch and my father was in court when the plea came up. And I never forget this. I turned to my pops and I said to my pops, do I take this plea? And my pops was like, oh, diplomatic, listen, I could tell you to take it. He ain't say like, me could tell you if you take it and you're vexed. He was like, yo, I could tell you to take it, then you get mad thinking you could beat this case. Or I could tell you to fight it and you blow. And then you thinking all that time you could have had lesser time. Whatever you do, I support you. Now that was too heavy for a 6. At that time I was 16. He said, so my brother, Itch, who's on right now, 718, I turned to Itch. And I never forget what he said to me, yo. And I was like shocked because Itch don't talk like that to me. Itch was like, fucking take it, you fucking asshole. And I was just like, but I realized Itch understood the circumstances I was in. Like, yo, you ain't beating this. And he was so mad that he had to keep it a buck with me. He was so mad. He was like, take it, you fucking asshole. And I was sitting there like, huh? And I remember turning to my lawyer like, I take it. No, I was conflicted. But I couldn't register. What my pops told me it was truthful, but it was too heavy. And what Itch was saying, I was just throwing it back. Because in my head, throughout my whole court, bro, I can't wait to touchdown, get this not guilty. I'll be back in the town, be out there chilling. And he said, yo, that was going to lock me up. I guess he said, fuck me up. But, and I took that plea, bro. So I'm suited up, going back to my story, I suited up, and I cried. When I took the plea, I cried. Tears came down my face. Because my whole entire time, I copped out 3rd day in trial. My whole entire time, I felt like I was beating it. The realism of my situation it didn't hit me. So when I got to the cell, the dude who was going to court, and me and him passing, so he's in the cell to go into court, I'm in the cell coming out of court, and he like, yo, young bud, man, what up, man? You look like you going to trial or something, man. And I was like, I just copped out. He said, yo, what you copped out to? I was like, 7 to life. Yo, he threw his paperwork. Shorty, go back in there and tell him no. Tell him no. Don't take it, bro. Don't take 20. Take 20. He was saying all these numbers, and I'm like, yo, what are you talking about, man? I just got to do 2 more years for good time. So in my head, I'm like, yo, why you? I still didn't know what I took, bro.
Oh my God, yo.
So dude in the cell, he knew what I took. Like, bro, you not doing 7 years. That's it. That's what he heard when I said 7 to life. He was like, say, take 7 to 20. Take 7 to 40. Don't take. And I was like, in my head, like, yo, bro, what are you talking about, bro? I'm going to do 2 more years, good time. I do 1 as a juvenile, go upstate, to an adult, come home at 2. So when I finally get sent upstate and see the counselor about 4 months later after I'm sentenced. So I got 2 more years in my head. Yeah, I would have got 25. And that's what I didn't understand. That's what I didn't understand. But Itch understood that I was looking at 25. I was still stuck on 2 years.
2 years.
And you know what I'm saying? That was my beef. I could beat this. 2 years is forever. They knew the realism. So I go to my counselor and I'm like, so I already had my numbers. So I'm like, okay, so I got 18 months till I get my good time. When I'm going upstate. She looking at me like, upstate? I said, yeah, I'm going to finish off my year as a juvenile. I do 1 more year upstate. And then I get my good time. She was like, Mr. Campbell, I don't think you understand your circumstances. I said, what you mean? She said, you're sentenced to a life sentence.
Yes.
Bro, I was taken aback. Son, I'm laughing now. But yo, bro, when she said that, I was like, excuse me? She said, lifers don't get good time. I said, so what do you mean? She said, you get out when the justice system feels fit.
For you to be out.
For you to be out.
That's the parole board.
I had to go to,
right?
Yeah, whenever the parole board.
They tell you.
And that's when I went back to the block and got restrained immediately. Swung on police. Bing! They twist me up. I was lightweight. I was like 90 pounds wet. I was 90 pounds wet with bricks in my pocket. Like, they twist me up quick. Had me in the air. Ran down the hall with me. Threw me and shit. Twist me up, right? Twist me up. But I couldn't bear. Like, that was starting my bid. I already had almost 2 years in. And that moment hit me as hard as my arrest. That moment hit me as hard as my arrest. And Entertainment Mid-Coast said it's a roll of the dice. Yeah, trial is a roll of dice. And I didn't wanna I mean, I'm glad now, understanding, and from Itch, from my incarceration, understanding my case, bro, I was getting 25. Bro, if I would have went to trial,
In blue.
I would not be here right now, bro. I would have not been here right now, bro. If I would have went to trial, I was blowing with flying colors. Flying colors, bro. It was sealed, what they said, sent and delivered, bro. If I went to trial, I was blowing. It's 100%. It wasn't even a chance. It wasn't even a chance. And I picked a jury. And picking jury is very, very weird because you hear people saying, like, oh, my family member got robbed, so if, he comes on this case, I don't know how I'm going to feel. You hear people's stories like, oh, I hate black people. Like, people gonna understand, and sometimes they be lying because they don't want to do jury duty.
Yeah.
But you hear all kind of stuff. Y'all hope he go to jail forever. And there was one dude. He was like, yo, I can't do it. I've been my brother, and he did his whole. And when he walked by me, bro, he walked by the table and he went like this to me, man. And he was like, yo, my brother, it's gonna be hard. And he walked out. And in my head, I was like, stay. Like, I need you, bro. You could have just hung out for me. You could have hung out for me, bro. He was out. And I copped out third day in trial. I copped out. All the way up to trial, in my head, I was beating it and I was coming home into the town and it was going to be on and everything would have been back in sync. But no, bro. And then 13 years later. I did 13 straight years.
He's just showing me some pictures. I'm like, God.
Yeah,
damn.
son. This
Look, he got real Polaroid. Look at these shit.
Look, this is 9 to 6.
Look at this.
This is for TikTok. If you can see it, Instagram. That was me in 96 right there in the yard. 96 in the yard. Matter of fact, that was Family Day.
Oh, well, you could take. Oh,
That was Family Day that year, and I had waves, but they didn't have a barber, so I grew a blowout. Yeah, they ain't have no barber. Nobody was traveling up north to cut our hair.
That picture don't look like no waves, bud.
Yo, yeah, no
He
waves.
said no barber.
But you see,
Yeah,
a few months later, I got the dewey on.
Yeah,
got the dewey on. Nah, but yeah, man, it was an invention. Like I was sharing with you off air, like a few months ago was the first time I ever looked back at my circumstances, and I cried. And I didn't cry because I was affected now. I cried thinking about the younger me, like, how the fuck you did that, bro?
That's
Like,
crazy.
And I never experienced that. Even through my bid, I didn't experience like feeling bad for me, especially now. But I look back, bro, and I was like thinking about all, like year after year, all the things that I faced. Some of the stuff that I couldn't tell home about. Stuff that I wouldn't dare tell home about. You know what I'm saying? And some of it leaked because I couldn't hold it. Some of the trauma or the drama and stuff like that. But some stuff I just couldn't talk about. You know what I'm saying? That transition was crazy. I remember you saying, yo, eat that shit.
I know we talking about jail, but what you think about Puff?
Yo, oh man, you know what sucks with the Puff thing, man? We all know how we all. It's funny we notice when. What I'm about to say, we notice when we know it, right? We know it when we want to know it. We know how the media lies. We know how social media adds stuff. And I see a lot of posts and a lot of things, not just Puff, but in general when it comes to people, celebrities, and it don't be true information.
Yeah, but that's.
And then we perpetuate it.
It's crazy.
Creating a whole, like, right now, it's already done. Social media is building
Contact off of it.
The case.
More.
The perspective and the perception of his case. Social media is doing that.
They said he had like 1,000 bottles of baby oil Vaseline.
Now, where did that information come from?
Social media.
Is that true information?
Nobody knows.
Where was that? But it's perpetuated. You know what I'm saying? It rolls off the tongue real quick. You know what I'm saying? Nobody learned from Bill Cosby. Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's crazy though, but like he put up 50 mil and they told him no.
No, yeah,
he ain't coming out. He not coming out, Spud.
There's
no way.
What they fear?
Him jetting, right?
Nah, they don't care about him jetting. They don't care about him jetting. They care about the information that he probably could still get rid of. People that he could make amends with that are possibly in the case that they also want. What he's being charged for right now? What he's being charged for right now? They all did it.
That shit fucked out.
We could start from the beginning of the music industry.
Yeah.
The beginning of the music industry. What he did. And now I'm not a Puff. No. She said the statements from Homeland. Yes, Homeland. You know how many times Homeland's propaganda, like they could say anything and they run with it, and then TMZ's gonna post so and so said it and so and said. He said convince. Yeah, no, Tracy Mace. Now this is what I want to say. His case against Cassie was fucked up, right?
Yeah.
But I know a dude down the block who did it that people still shouting out fuck Puff.
Yeah.
I know a dude who fuck little girls right now. That ain't nobody bust his head open. Call the police and so what I'm saying is like and his case ain't even about Cassie. His case, they say sex trafficking. That's if you put a prostitute in a cab.
That's sex trafficking.
And send her to the hotel. That's trafficking. What I'm saying is, all of them did it. All of them did it. Look, every head executive, all of them did it. Every single he learned that going into the music business.
Yeah.
So if we start from the beginning of time, they was hiring chicks to come to parties. They always was doing it. It's bigger than trafficking.
But that's why I think he ain't gonna listen. I hope, but I don't think he gonna live, bro. I don't think Puff gonna make it too far, bro.
He got convicted. He killed himself.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Look, his mom's sick. Everybody is like, then everybody like, you know how you say people making memes. The whole internet is having a ball with this shit.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Puff shit like it's everywhere, bro. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
My man right there. Entertainment, he said contamination of the jury pool is intention. That is what I mean. Right there. They're already feeding the perspective. It was even the 1,000 bottles of lubrication. What I'm about to say, everyone, please just hear me out. Just hear me out. If you want to get poked in the Duke shoot, that ain't against the law, right? 1,000 bottles of baby oil lube
Around the crib, though.
it's not against the law. But what it's doing is painting a perspective of guilt towards the intention of the lube, of all the baby oil. So they're creating the personas of judgment. Because none of that's against the law.
They said they got videos. They got all type of joints saying that. Yo, they saying a lot of people.
But yeah, now, and Nasia Bella, clog your ears on this show. You better be very careful. Shout out to Nasia Bella. Shout out to Nasia Bella. Be careful, Nasia. We talking some crazy stuff today. No, but seriously, like even the freak offs, right? Even if the freak offs, right? Like it gets gray with the concept of like pedophilia, rape. It gets real gray. When we think of the freak off, a lot of people add the conversation of everything. He paid prostitutes to go to this place and probably bone men and women.
You know,
consensually. It's weird. It's crazy.
No, it's because listen, they know. People know.
They know.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know.
And you know what? Puff get more than Harvey Weinstein. All the people. This is what's really like. You know, it's real crazy. It's crazy that people do it to Puff like real bluntly. I don't see no memes of Harvey Weinstein. or the white people that did the other things.
And I mean, we could go down the line from the Nicolas Cages.
Even what's his name act like he didn't even know who Puff was. Clive Davis. He act like he didn't even.
Clive, stop it.
Yeah, like he didn't even.
Clive. I know Clive ain't. I mean, I saw Clive in the elevator. I saw him in the elevator. He looked like somebody put him together. His shirt was on. His butt, you know when the button on you is wrong?
Yeah.
The collar was up here, one was down here.
He don't care.
He looked like somebody put him together.
He don't care,
and I was like, Mr. David, yeah. And I said, how you doing, man? It was me and Sin. But he learned that behavior, you know what I'm saying? He learned that behavior and you know, he is guilty. I'm not saying he didn't do a lot of crazy stuff. Like the joint with Cassie was foul. That was foul, right? But what I'm saying now is now we're adding a lot of mystery and myth to a lot of truths. And they snowballing the case against that. That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Call it what it is. He paid prostitutes.
Her Jaguar, right?
That's what Mado
Jaguar
said. Jaguar right is spitting facts.
Yeah, she the one that was saying it for a long time. Her,
but she been there.
I'll be sure.
She been there.
Yeah, but she was the one that was saying it, and then Dame said that he felt some type of way when Jay did the Fiesta joint with R. Kelly.
Yeah, she Jaguar White. I think she mixes a lot of truth with personal upsetting. Like not all of it is 100% accurate. It's exaggerated truth. Like some of it is truth, and she pushes the limit to assumption. That's what I believe. But Trey Mace said he tried to sex down Justin Bieber. Now
he did.
Now let me ask you a question. How you know?
I don't know. That's what I heard.
Mean.
But you asked me something.
That's what I mean.
I heard Usher too, though.
But this is what I mean. Now, nobody knows. Right now, somebody could say, "Yo, he boned big." Yo, he tried.
I don't know.
He tried Mace.
Yo, look, you that you said that though. In Big's videos, he had.
That's not true. She's not. That's a full. That's what I mean.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what I saw.
That's what happens with social media and news. It builds a momentum. Then everything.
So that's not a transgender.
No, it ain't a transgender, bro. That's fake, man. It's fake, bro.
No,
That's
man,
fake.
son, they play.
That's a fake. And if there is, it ain't the one that they saying is. It's not her. You know what I'm saying? It's not her. And a lot of stuff. He said a Jaguar was lying, she'll be sued for defamation. Now you don't want to sue someone like that, because now when you sue someone like that, that's called damaged PR. So in the music industry or entertainment business, you never provoke the leaky faucet, right? You never provoke the leaky faucet. The only time you provoke the leaky faucet in most cases in music industry, you know when? When it's accurate.
Wendy Williams said it a long time ago.
She did.
And remember, Wendy got fired for that.
But you know what she said? He was in a pool with a dude.
I heard she said one time I was
jacuzzi.
One time she said that Puff was getting topped off in the tunnel by a dude,
and
that's how she got fired.
And now, and again, I'm just giving perspective, y'all. I'm not a Puff supporter. It does break my heart how fast that we don't see our culture get diminished by the same things our counterparts are doing. They chopping away our greats. Right now we holding on to our moguls to the top. Like what we got, Jay only?
They even saying him too.
They are
him,
and we don't realize when the culture is being dismantled right before our eyes, and we be the first one online, quick to be like, yo, you don't see everybody in and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying support negativity and wrongdoing. I'm not saying that. But we are so quick to do it without the true facts. For content. I watch people who 2 months ago, if you go on a page, talk about Puff being the best person in the world. Look what he did for hip hop. Same people with the different content. Yo, this dude should die. He's a terrible. I never liked him anyway. It's like the idea of content has superseded facts. It's like, who could report first? And then once it's reported, the research for it is minimized. We just share it.
I just seen them beat up Cassie.
I seen that. That was evident. And now I want to say something. You can't. Orlando Brown. I don't want to hear nothing from Orlando Brown. I'm serious. I don't want to hear nothing from Orlando Brown. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. But like Cassie, what people don't say is when Puff was beating up Kim Porter, she was laughing. She was there half the time supporting that. Now, that evidence is true because there's documentations of it happening. But that don't get perpetuated. And I'm not saying it to make Cassie look bad, but you was there when he was doing it, partaking in it.
So it's her turn.
And then it happened to you, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and again, I'm not saying it like he's a good person, but I'm saying we so quick, especially with the Cassie situation. That was fucked up. That was terrible. That was messed up. But we don't keep that same energy across the board.
It's never gonna be across the board.
Because if he was broke, if he was a nobody,
it'd be nothing.
Like son down the block, and I'm using that as a phrase. Son down the block or son around your neighborhood that do it, and people like, yo, man, son is bugging. And we leave it to bugging. But we're very passionate about, the destruction of, our own, and we can't see when we can't see when we getting played. We can't see. I'm sorry, but I think too many people show up dead, and he has something with it. I feel like his security knows. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There is a lot of things that don't add up. But in this stage, it's so easy to make it add up.
But it's so... The crazy part is, but they knew though. People know, and they still go. People go because it's Puff. Oh, let's go to his party. But you know what's going on.
Now, and I also would say this. Not every party was and that's another thing. We hear freak offs, and we think every party he threw this was the scene. Like, it was crazy. No, it wasn't that. There's a party after the party, and then there's a party that only certain people get invited to because why? They don't trust everyone.
That's crazy.
So they
bro.
throw a party. And then, everybody come and they might test something out with somebody like, yo, look at this. Oh, word? All right, you get invited to the next party. But that party wasn't accessible to everyone. Everyone who went to that party didn't experience that. That's not how it works.
I just think.
And this guy, what's his name? Shock Jock. Howard Stern exposed that back in '90. And if anybody could check the interview he did on Magic Johnson had a TV show, and Howard Stern was a guest, and that was his last show because Howard Stern blew up how the parties that people don't get invited to, there was called the Velvet Room with the ropes. And he said, yo, was that how you caught AIDS in that room? Howard Stern blew it up. In the 90s. Howard Stern put it up.
Listen, man. I just think he's done. He's done.
Yeah, Gene has been exposing a lot of, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm vouching for him at all in any of his wrongdoings between the murders and the killings. I'm just pointing out that a lot of times information isn't researched, and they have us doing their job.
But they know already. They've been knowing,
bro.
Man.
The people who prosecuted him been at the parties, bro.
Yeah, listen, it's too long. It's been so long.
Bro, they know. Prosecutors been there, judges been there, religious heads been there. They've been to these parties, bro.
Everybody been there, bro.
And I want to say this. It ain't Puffs. Puffin ain't invent this. Right now, that party's happening right now.
What other people did?
Right now, in Hollywood somewhere, that party is happening right now, bro. And that party might not have not one black face there. Right now, that party's happening. The judge who's probably assigned to that case probably been to them parties. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we hear white party and we do the work, like we just give it, like everything gets dumped on him. Like every party he threw, that was it. Or he's always been this way. No, he's learned this, and then he became a host for who? Not for himself. He was hosting these parties. These parties weren't just his parties. It was hosting his parties. Like that part is the part I want people to realize. Like, it's bigger
than Puff.
It's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger than that.
But people,
he took part in it.
Yeah, people.
But it's bigger than that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he gonna like tell on people, Spud. He gonna die, bro. Either he kill himself or something happened to him, bro.
What they're worrying about is all the cameras.
That's the worst part.
Who does he have on tape?
Everybody.
That's what they're worrying about.
Everybody's on the tape.
That's what they're worrying about.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But they hoping that wherever the tapes are now that he's locked up, they can seize those. And if anybody know how the feds work, let me break down how the feds work. 90% of the cases, what they say? Conspiracy. They could convict you on conspiracy, right? So what does the feds do? The feds come, they rattle the cage. What the rattle the cage is, they do the searches, they run around, hope you scramble, put you under surveillance. After they rattle the cage, which means, warrant searches, hit everything, now they watch you to see where you go, what you do. That's what they do. It's called rattle the cage. They rattle the cage, see what you're going to do. Then, after they do that, they fuck with your loved ones. They mess with your loved ones. Put pressure on you. Then they mess with your money. They have you exhaust your money. Then, when your money gets exhausted, they book you.
It's crazy.
They book you.
They did that in Miami and waited till you came here and booked them.
Then they book you. Then they book you when your money gets exhausted and nobody messes with you. Why? Your back's against the wall. Then what they do? They made his family turn in their
passports.
Their passports. Why? Now, if stuff is out of town, they can't get to it. They can't get to it. So now, nobody messing with you. Your money funny. You're back against the wall. We messing with your family. The odds of conviction just got heightened. And now, any juror in the United States got a perspective of... A jury of 12 is convicting him, man. Even though it takes one. Right now, how hot it is, they got a high. I don't want to give a. They got a high percentage rate of finding him guilty. Conviction rate is at an all-time high because they already got the perspective of the people, and his back is against the wall, bro. That's how the feds play, bro. I really think his adopted daughter is on those tapes. That's why he got arrested. His adopted daughter's wife. I don't think his adopted daughter's on the tape. I don't know. He could be crazy enough and sick enough to do it.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's...
I don't know. And if he did, he's crazy because he has his own daughters. And you know...
Yo, they said the 9th district is the 50 Cent of the justice system.
Yeah. That's another one.
I love that phrase right there. High society. That's funny. That's real.
The other one... The other one is like... 50 been saying it. Then they make everybody's making a mockery of it, bro. Listen, I'm tired of hearing this shit. I really don't even give... Listen, Puff...
See, like, Trey, I just want to make... And I don't want to stay too long on it, but Trey said, you know, he hosted a lot of these freak-offs, drug boys, girls, and turned them into sex slaves, right? Now, they're, of course, drugs is always a part of it, right? Always a part of it. But... no matter what they say right now, if they said, yo, Puff handed out pills, he drugged water, the baby oils was laced, whatever they say right now, it gives facts.
Yeah.
It gives facts. Now, just right now, from our whole conversation,
everybody
put him on trial right now.
It's
a closed case, regardless of what's true or false. Regardless of true or false, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what's true or false.
I seen on the gram he had 800 and something dildos. Like, where's that shit?
And that is crazy.
That's stupid crazy.
That is crazy. Like, but is that against the law?
That's his life.
You know what I'm saying?
That's his life.
Is it against the law?
You know, it's crazy though, Spot. Everybody knew what's up. Everybody who is ever on the tapes, who they know.
Yeah, the part for me that breaks my heart. This is for me as a hip hop lover, not even a hip hop lover, as a hip hopian. This is like my life. Like, I'm not even a hip hop lover. Like, it's not my life. Like, this is what I breathe. This is how I dress, how I talk, how I communicate, and to watch year by year our greats
go down
and I'm gonna go from even though they had their ways, like to watch the Suge Knights, to the deaths of the Andre Harrells, to like the breakdown and the humbling of Damon Dash, to the Puffs, for the Irv Gottis, the Russell Simmons, to watch year after year our greats of this culture get mixed up or drug or dragged through something, or even being stupid. It breaks my heart because in 10, 20 years, what do we hold on to, bro? What do we hold on to, right? Like imagine it gets to a point where they don't want to play a Bad Boy record. They already stopped R. Kelly's records for his situation, but our culture, we celebrate our defeat. We celebrate our defeat, and I don't want to say it in our competition's home. That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say enemy. We celebrate our defeat in our competition home. We in our competition living room chanting. No other ethnic group does that. We be in our own living room talking about our own situations. If they don't agree with something that's said, they don't talk about it. Harvey Weinstein movies are still playing. Still playing.
Yeah, they are.
They all still playing.
They are,
Nothing's touched. If Puff had a movie, woof. Everything you did, out of here. And that's what breaks my heart. How we play into that so fast, not realizing some of the moves. And that breaks my heart, bro. That breaks my heart.
Like I tell you, Puff, whatever they've been doing this shit for a long time, Spud. And like you said, it's bigger than Puff.
So to answer Trey Mason's thing, that's my point, bro. It's the best kept secret, but we don't blow up the secret to them. Ain't none of them on trial.
They'll never be on trial.
None of them on trial. You know
And
what I'm saying?
And Puff got.
That's my point right there. It's the best kept secret, but when it's us, it ain't a secret no more. We got microphones. Yo, son is crazy. Blah blah. Yo, fuck him. Yo. We do that when it's ours or us. It ain't a secret when it's us.
It's crazy,
but it is for them, and that's my point right there. That's my point right there.
Like I say, whatever he did, he got to deal with this shit now.
He do.
He got to deal with it, and for him to deal with that shit. Listen, you know what? God got a place for Puff. That's all I can tell you. Whatever Puff did, that shit gonna come. It's not just Puff.
He's gonna get his due.
Yeah, it's not just Puff.
He's gonna get.
And that's why I'm saying I don't think Puff is gonna be this long. I don't even listen. If Puff get found guilty, you gonna be. This is the end. That's to me. And if Puff was doing this, everybody that's on that tape is going down too.
Not everybody.
Somebody gonna tell.
No, yeah.
Somebody's gonna tell.
But not everybody going down. Not everybody going down. There's gonna be a lot of white folks, and I'm gonna say it, that ain't gonna get mixed in it. That was there.
No, they taking them off that picture.
That already did damage. That already did damage.
Tapes.
Yeah, did damage control.
That's off the tapes.
They did damage control. You know what I'm saying? And if you know how the feds work, bro, they give you some time to what? Clean it up. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, because we're gonna do what we gotta do. And this is why the arrest probably took so long. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it's a touchy. Yeah, he got a dirt on a lot of elites.
Yeah, they presidents. Going down. No, they all with it.
He got a lot.
Yeah, listen, the Clintons, all of them. That's why Epstein, the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. And how Epstein get caught if he on 24-hour surveillance? He on suicide watch. How he die?
You know how he died.
Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you. So if he did it. Now the Clintons is there.
Kill the source. They kill the source.
So they knocked the source is done.
They kill the source.
He's done.
They kill the source, and you know what I'm saying? With even Epstein, even how they dealt with Epstein, right? They dealt with his actions individually. Like the news kind of talked about who was there but it was light. It was like that wasn't the concern. They dealt with him directly for his charges, right? In Puff's joint, they stress the freak off parties to insinuate a whole conglomerate of artists. Now this opens the gateway for like anyone who went there, from the Jay-Z. Like you could have went to a party.
But you was there.
But you was at now. Yeah. You was there.
You was there.
You was there. You know what I'm saying? It's like no, yeah, I went to a party. Not again. Like every party wasn't that. You know what I'm saying?
So you there? You guilty.
And now it opens up the
guilty by association.
It opens up a whole new world, bro. Opens up a whole new world. And if you know how the hip hop police been working for years, you know at first they was doing the whole trafficking thing with the guns, but now they realize like that's a low taker, because a lot of people not traveling that way or they having legal stuff. So this is another great way to dismantle something that you don't want. And now I'm gonna say I want to end on this note. For everybody who's on, do not think for one moment that these high executives from Universal, RCA, Sony, they quitting.
Yeah, they quitting. Because they know it's time.
Quitting.
The clock is ticking. Now, look, that clock that you got is clicking.
Yeah. And anybody know you ever been to a club and then next week club got a new name?
Yeah.
Club got a new name because once they got a new name,
that's a business.
You know why? You can hide the paperwork. The dirt gets hided. You change the name. A few labels got their name changed. Look it up. We think the labels still are named this. A few of my friends are gonna be mad at me, but we think the labels are the same name. There's a lot of labels that change their name. Look it up. I'm not gonna say. I seen
something about Rock Nation. No, I'm just saying. I seen it. Yeah. So I'm thinking
Rock Nation partnered with Equity, which it's not a partnership anyway because Rock Nation was an entity through Equity, through Jay-Z's nephew. They just collaborated, but Rock Nation ain't even a label, bro. That was a big. We got duped in that. That's a whole nother story. That's not even a label. That's a management company.
Listen, man, they doing too much. Everybody's stepping down.
Everybody stepping down. It could. You know why?
What's his name? Brother just left.
You know why? Because a lot of people was like, "Yo, who's gonna tell?"
They gonna tell.
A lot of people gonna. No.
Tell.
Let's stop that. A lot of people already told.
But they gotta go.
A lot of people,
they running.
I read a lot of people already told. So now
they did.
They shifting around. You think people ain't talk to the feds?
You see how the light is on like this? The feds knocked on their door. You see the light start getting hot.
Yo,
they sweating like the 48 hours.
Feds got mad testimony right now. The feds got mad testimony talking about it. Yo, Vince, what's good? Right now, they got a whole bunch of testimony from all type of executives.
I feel
all kind of stuff. It's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game across the board. Across the board, because even when justice is being served, right? Supposedly justice is being served. The way they go about it is dirty too.
Puff.
He said Rock Nation was originally a sport.
It was.
So no, it wasn't.
A sports agent?
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't a sports agency initially. They took in sport clients. What they were trying to do was turn Rock Nation into a sports entity. But what it originally was a funnel for distribution of tours through Live Nation. This is why if you get managed by Rock Nation, you get a better tour dates.
Yeah. You're right. So it's on Live
Nation.
Nation.
Live Nation. Yeah. And Live Nation does what? 98% of the world tours. There's really no one else out there competing with Live Nation for tours. So we set up something. We funnel the artists. We get all the top artists. We get the Rihannas and then we funnel for tours. So that's what it really was. It was funneling for management for tours, but they did dabble in agency. Because I remember Lenny Essenham, like when it was grassroots, because I sent, and this is old school, I sent a return receipt, letter to Rock Nation, which Lenny S had to sign when he got my letter and sent it back to me. So that tells you how far back that was. I don't even think people use that. Excuse me. I don't think people use that no more. A return receipt. So I remember when Rock Nation.
I just want to know why everybody book it. They book it fast too.
Yeah.
And it's like they going like a domino effect.
Yeah.
They just going like, oh, I gotta quit. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. And they not even like giving a resignation. Yo, listen, I gotta go.
They scared because, and to answer your question and answer Mace, they scared because the organization is like, we know you boned at that party. You gotta go because we got to protect this. So before you get fired, take a leave. Your accolades get preserved. This blows over. You might have a spot here, or you could go somewhere else. But we know what you did.
That's crazy, bro.
When someone steps down, that's the leave before you get fired.
Yes. Before things hit the fan.
You step down. When people leave, they be like, yo, I quit. When you step down, that's the friendly, like, we know there's something. You gotta go because we can't get mud on us. So they clearing house on anyone who could possibly get mud on them. And that's true. There's something going on.
That's just crazy that they just peeling. Like, yo, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Not no letter, no statement, no nothing. Yeah. Listen, it's time to go. And
so Castro said Russell Simmons was with Kimora when she was 15. And yes, that is crazy. But Elvis married like a 14-year-old.
Yeah, he did. But they were showing that the other day. There's another.
And I don't know. And he's the king of rock. I don't want to hear that shit, man. This is what I mean by media. You know,
and they love Elvis. People love Elvis.
They won't say nothing, bro. I think Nicolas Cage too got a youngin or something like it's like
it's crazy. But I don't know. Like they'll ask celebrities, yo, what do you think about Puff? And people, it's like, yo, people like, yo, they killed them. Like, it's just, everything is dead since Puff went to jail. You don't hear nothing else. You know, a lot of people knew what the hell was going on. It's not like you don't know.
It's not a secret.
You know, like it's just like you say, I invite you to a party. We go to a party. The next party, you ain't getting invited. I ain't getting invited. The other dudes got invited.
Yeah.
Why they going? Y'all know what's going on. And this been going on a long time,
Man,
bro.
this is industry behavior, and I'm not saying it like it's commonly okay. What I'm saying is like you to stress how long this been going on.
Yeah.
This been going on. The cocaine, the drugs, the prostitutes, the parties,
heavy parties,
the sick,
even in the club,
the sick youngin. Like this been going on for so long, and now it's like they found out to highlight the scapegoat who participated in it as well, but it's like the root of it don't get hit. The limbs, the branches are getting the root of it, like the sources of how and where he learned this from and who he was under and where it's Warner Brothers CEO is stepping down. Everybody's stepping down.
They gonna quit. I'm getting a job. I'm going to get a job.
And I want to ask this question. I keep saying I'm going to get off this. But I want to ask this question. Do y'all know who paid Cassie?
Nobody. I know because of you.
Do anybody know who paid Cassie in that lawsuit? Who paid the bill on Cassie's lawsuit on Puff? Sony Records.
I was going to say it to be crazy like Puffy.
Sony Records paid that. Why? Why? You know why? Because Sony Records was there. Sorry, Sony. I fuck with y'all. Y'all good people. But y'all was there. I mean, I'm not lying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sony paid the rent. Sony paid the bill. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody say Puff did.
But that's the admission of guilt once you paid the bill. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, who at Sony? Sony's an entity. See the play?
But those, what's the name on Sony?
Who?
Clive Davis?
Nah, he don't. Clive Davis is more like a figurehead now. Like, you know, J Records, he was instrumental in a lot. And then, you know, J Records took off like his rebirth and go from there. But, yes, you know, Sony paid the bill, bro. Sony paid the bill.
It's just, listen, man. I don't, whatever Puff got to deal with, Puff got to deal with. That's it. And I'm tired of hearing the shit because Puff gonna deal with the shit the way he deal with it.
Yeah.
And nobody else could do nothing. We laughing and joking. You said one thing that made a lot of sense. Was you there? We don't know.
And
I don't know.
And my advice, what I want to say is, as people,
leave the shit alone.
Not even leave it alone. Be careful. Be careful of you and us, and I'm putting myself, we have to be careful of us being duped into a perspective that's a ploy or a plot. We have to be very careful, especially how easy it is with social media. I'm going to tell you how quick something happened. The girl from Disney Channel, the young girl, I forgot her name, Sky something. She played a little girl on Disney Channel. There was a post, so she got into a fight with her boyfriend in public. Social media posted that she got caught with a gun and like this whole thing. They took a TMZ clip and made a whole thing. Within 20 minutes, it was trending that she got. And for a second, I looked at it and I was like, damn, Shorty wildin'. I told my wife, yo, Shorty Sky from the Disney Channel. And I'm telling her, yo, she got caught with a gun. She got caught with this. And I'm telling her what I read. And then some said, yo, I want to read about this case. And when I looked it up, it was none of that, bro.
Controversy sells, bro.
None of that, bro. She got into a fight.
Somebody put Dan, now of course the baby oil just went up. This is foul, you see?
Yo, Tim.
You see? It don't stop. It's never gonna stop.
It ain't gonna stop.
It ain't gonna stop. Can't stop, won't stop. They playing. Listen, he done. His life over, bro. It's over.
I mean, even if he don't go to jail,
it's over. He ain't making no more bread. He gonna have to sell everything, bro.
The dismantling happened.
It's over.
It happened. And as much as, and y'all can check this out too, as much as 50 Cent says about Puff in his recent recent interview,
he said it was
with Learn Your Leisure, he said all this is happening because he wanted to own the liquor.
Yeah, it's true.
This is all. It's true. This is all happening because of his beef with Dijon or whatever it's called to own the liquor, and that's when they were like, Pull the plug. Pull the plug.
That's why I say, if he start, I don't think Puff gonna tell, bro. Somebody else already told. And the tapes, I think the tapes probably vanish faster than people think of.
Yeah.
Them tapes, they done got paid off. People got paid off already. If Puff giving 50 million, he letting that bag fly, bro. Somebody getting paid off. Somebody gonna get paid off. And if
Nickelodeon is run by a bunch of demons. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Pedophiles and all that.
Yeah.
But them shows ain't pulled.
Cause they kid. Listen.
Them shows ain't pulled.
And who watch those?
We don't be in.
Who watch those? Kids.
We don't be kids.
Yeah, but they don't pull. But this,
they don't pull them.
But this is what. Listen, man. All this shit is like a trap, man. It's a trap.
We be getting played left and right.
And you know what?
We be getting played it's so subtle. It's so subtle, bro. I'm getting mad.
Yeah, I know you get mad. You got your arms closed.
I'm about to do some push-ups. I gotta do some push-ups or something, man. I gotta do something, man. Like, we get played. Who's that? Walter said maybe the music industry gets rebuilt and real artists might get hurt again. I love that. I hope and pray that. The rebuild is gonna take a little time.
But it will happen.
It's gonna take a little time, and maybe the music industry as we know it, it got to get a subculture of what the music industry means. We as independent artists, we fought for the same things that do what the industry does to us. We fought to be an independent artist and be on Spotify and Apple, and they're doing worse than the labels to us.
Somebody said Mr. Rogers. Yeah, Mr. Rogers was a pedophile too.
Word, I didn't know that.
In my neighborhood.
He was?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Him and Barney.
Damn, look at that, son.
Listen, man. You right. They do it to the people who do. Listen.
Somebody said Mr. Rogers started this.
Yeah, he right, bro.
Mr.
He right.
Was Mr.
Would
Rogers
you be
at
mine?
the Freakles?
Yeah. Would you? That dude with the sweater.
Not changing his sneakers at the Freakles.
Remember the sweater? Everything?
He was in there like this. So beautiful. That's why it was a beautiful day. Yeah. I'm done, bro.
Yeah. I forgot about Mr. Rogers. Yeah. You're right. It's way before. Puff just got it because it's just, I guess, Puff, bro. Puff is.
But you know, not only Puff, like
a lot of them.
What he represented in power as a black figure. He got lost in being at that table of acceptance with people who don't really love you, and that power and all that, it gets gray, and he got lost in that. And when he showed that one sign of like, what? I made Ciroc. You know what? Now I'm gonna do my. When they showed that and that disobedience, that's when they were like, we gotta cut that loose. We got what we say. We got a buck. You know what I used to say back in the days. They got a buck.
That's crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? We got a buck. That's how they used to call.
Yeah, him too. Somebody said Pee Wee Herman. Him too.
Pee Wee Herman was beaten off in the movie theaters.
Him too. Listen, it's a bunch of them, man. Just this whole shit. Listen, man. Puff got to deal with that shit, man. Whatever he did to people and whoever he set up or whatever, man. He got to deal with that shit, man. It's just like any regular person. I got to go to jail. You got to deal with that shit, man.
Yeah. You
got to deal with that shit, man. You know, you do the crime, you do the time, bro. That's Puff problem, and Puff got to figure the shit out.
Just be careful, y'all.
That's it.
Be careful, especially, and I got to reiterate, just with this culture of, I don't want to just say hip-hop culture, but just our culture as people, we just got to be careful about
everything you do, because there's cameras all over, man.
Not only what we do, what we help perpetuate.
That's why the dads. Listen, man, I don't even want to talk about Puff.
Yeah, we could.
Because this shit is like annoying to me, and
we could beat that. We could beat that.
This is why I say the dads that are dads and love their kids, and listen, man, take care of your kids, man. Watch over your kids, man. Stop perpetrating the thing that you went through before, and take care of your kids, man. Kids is more important than anything in the world. If kids gotta look up to this, we in trouble, man. We in trouble. You know, the media ain't gonna help our kids put them in a better position, man.
Yeah.
You know, I understand they got phones, tablets, and they in tune to it, but you gotta be a dad, man. Your dad, a mom. You just gotta be. You know, just sitting and looking at society now. You got grown parents, everybody doing things that they wouldn't do as a child with their mother and father.
There's a
it's bad. It's nothing.
There's a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's too much.
There's a lot of noise that's feeding and raising generations. There's a lot of noise. I mean, not even all the way left, like the sick stuff that's going on. I mean, as simple as like the dumb pranks and the fighting and
everything.
There's a lot of noise, y'all. There's a lot of noise.
You know, it's too much.
And you gotta really be careful about
it's too much, bud.
What you allow your kids to listen.
Even if they, Spud, even that. You know, your kids are your foundation. This is what you build. This is what you want them to understand. Life. This is not life. When we was kids, we didn't see this. This was not heard of. So these kids are so like they bugged out. You know, they say they bugged out. They're not bugged out. They don't understand. There's not a lot of role models. Your role model might been Puff. You don't know what's going on because you don't have that in the house. You don't have the structure.
And to add to that, it's that plays a part. If you don't have it, it adds more. But even if you are a role model, you are fighting a fight against many influences. You can't have a day off.
No, you can't.
Even if you're there and being a role model, you got a long fight, and it's not gonna take a 1-2 punch. Like, this is a fight. As a parent, you're gonna have to fight to the end, because the noise, the influences, everything that's out there, it outnumbers us tenfold.
You know, even with the clothes, I watch kids. You know, like certain kids buy Balenciagas and all that, but they can't read. Yeah. They can't write. Like, where's the structure? Where's the stuff that these kids need to succeed in life? Because they don't teach them in the schools.
Yeah. How
are you teaching them buying Balenciagas and, you know, Levine's, all this stuff that probably the kids can't spell? Yeah. Your parent, when you was a kid, you sat down in a chair and your mother helped you with your homework. These kids come home, a lot of parents don't check their homework. You got homework?
But even now, even the time, right? Like there was a time where we focused on the craftsmanship of pen and paper because we didn't have electronics. Even schools have adopted electronics. So I go into a lot of the schools and work with students, and half the stuff read to them. Junior high school, I don't even think they don't know. They can't write cursive.
They don't teach it no more.
They can't even write they don't even write cursive. Like, the art, and this is what I mean about we as parents got so much challenges that we got to be careful of, because we can't just allow or adopt to the time alone. We still have to install the things that we know into our kids alone, because right now that black screen is the world, bro. It's the world. You damn near can't pay a bill or get a service for something without having a device. Like, and if this is now,
imagine when
20 years from now, 29. So it's on those who know the old way. It's on us.
You know, like, even us, but like, you know, I don't like to talk politics. It's like even like the lady Kamala Harris, like, she says a lot of things that is dumb. Like, you gotta be dumb. You do the dumbest shit. You know, people, that's another thing. You get into politics, people want to argue and fight. We have no idea what's in the back of that shit. We can't do nothing. We live in a society where we do it, it's a problem. They do it, it's cool. You go to different places, people got to deal with racism, all type of bullshit. And these politicians come up there, oh, we helping. How are you helping? What are you doing to help our kids?
I want to say this. Like, last year, I was asked, "Hey, are you going to vote?" And I said no. And they were like, "What?" I said, "I'm exercising my right." Right? They were blown away by that. And my question to when it came to politics to this particular individual, I said, "Don't tell me who you voted for." I voted for the presidency. I said, in all the years that you voted as a president, all the years you voted as a president, has any one of them fulfilled what they said they were going to do for you, right? And they stopped. And I said, that's not for you to answer. And what I said to them was, I think it's time. Like, being political doesn't mean the political race, right? It doesn't mean that. But there's an essence that we can start in a small, and I always stress, starting where you are heard. In your communities, in your household, in your bedroom. I don't care where that small place is, and install that community essence or the fight in that so it translate. We want the big understanding now, and we're not going to get it now. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to politics, like, we shoot so high for presidency and not understanding all the branches that affect us immediately. I don't care. Me personally. This is just me, and people probably. I don't care if Trump wins. Come on, I don't care who wins. I don't give a fuck who wins, bro. I don't care. My block, I'm doing the block association. I'm going to all the council meetings, all the assembly people that I see in the streets. The council people, the assembly people that I see on the street giving money to the communities. That's what I'm talking, because I get more of an effect and response from my community than anybody who was in office.
Yeah.
We all the programs and the aid I'm getting, it ain't come from up there. It came from right here. So when it comes to politics, I think we so caught up into the big show, the spectrum, that we don't even look at the immediate of what affects me when I walk out my door. Because if Trump wins right now, the same shit happens when I walk out my door. I don't care who's been president all my life. Whoever was president all my life, when I walked out that door, I faced the same thing, and I had to make decisions to change my situation regardless of who was in there. And that's my stance on it. So I know some
they don't care anyway. Them niggas don't care anyway. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Let me ask you a question. You know, people say, "Oh, I voted." Your vote don't count. Your vote don't count.
Spot for president.
Yeah, I'm serious. But your vote don't count. Nobody's vote counts. These votes don't count. You can't tally up all these votes in the world and tell me you just voted for a guy or a lady that, listen, your vote don't count.
Even if the vote did count, right? Even if it did count, right? Or even if it does count. Does, whatever. It went towards what?
Nothing.
You know what it goes to? You know what it goes to? The self-fulfillment
that you voted
of change. Not actual change. The self-fulfillment of, someone once told me, you don't got a right to say something if you didn't vote. That is
you got the right to speak whatever you want.
But you see how the perspective of the power of voting did.
And whoever told you that don't know shit.
And I heard it a few times in my life. But it goes back to the self-fulfillment of what feeling like voting did. You know what I'm saying? What it did. And it takes a lot more. I see some people that vote every chance they could get and don't do nothing for their kids.
But
not a thing for their kids, not a thing for their loved one, not a thing for their community. Sometimes not even a thing for themselves.
You know,
but they quick to have the "I voted" sticker.
Everybody
and run around with that.
Put it on the gram. You voted.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a bigger picture.
Politics is crazy. Politics is crazy. Now you got to deal with, and then they go back and forth like it's a tug of war. So who we voting for?
Whoever puts on a great show.
This is
WrestleMania.
Yeah, straight WrestleMania.
It ain't
Showtime.
It ain't even WWE.
Showtime.
This is WWF. The old school.
The one
the original. This is WWF.
With Ricky Steamboat and Jake the Snake in them.
Yes, with Jake the Snake, Ricky.
They hilarious. He laughs. You know, even when they say, "Oh, the guy buying Nomics or whatever," he still asleep. Nobody even see him. Then they make a mockery of what you paying for, telling me, "Oh, you could pay for it. You got it. How you know I got it?
Yeah.
How do you know I got it? How do you know? All right, if I got it, what my kids gonna have then? If I keep letting you do this shit."
Yeah.
You let the politics, you let all these people that don't know nothing come into the United States of America, kick out a military dude that fought for the country and gave him his house, and you want me to vote for you guys?
Yeah.
And the milk, the gas, everything that we need to survive is getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
So then Trump come in, now he the bad guy. Cause now you throw the abortion in, you throw all type of things.
They all bad guys.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
They all bad guys.
They don't care.
It's a show. It's a show, and I'm not saying that like don't be political. To me, political is civil engagement. That's what being political is to me. Like having a political stance don't mean the presidency and understanding the game or the showmanship. Being political to me is having a personal stance to civil engagement, whether it's your community, whether it's the plight of other people's. That's what being political to me is. You know what I'm saying? So I think even the concept of having a political stance, we lose it to like just the U.S. government, like and being a part of that showmanship. And to me,
Who is that?
Who
is that? The U.S. government. That's the guy that take the taxes out of you, right? They stop your bank accounts. They do everything. Who is that? Then they give you the number. Who you calling?
My man said, Jerry Butler said, yo, they vote when you go to trial. They sure do.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
They sure
so
do.
You vote.
And who puts, and just to make trial, just to go over what Jerry Butler said, Jerry 817 on TikTok, just to make what they said a true stance, that small spectrum of trial, if you want to go into the spectrum of the U.S. government and whoever puts on that's what they say in trial, whoever puts on the best performance wins. It ain't always evidence. Best performance wins.
That's disgusting, man.
And that is a good example of how we get into this concept of politics and voting in the United States. It's the best show.
You know the worst part is, but they make it like a real racial thing too. They make it real racial. Oh, this guy is this, she is this.
Because they trying to play on...
Listen, you can't play. You already been... That's like you said. Who cares? Who really cares?
A lot of people do, though.
But they stupid. What are you caring for? They still taking your shit. You still got to pay taxes. And you know what make it worse? Everybody that come in there got a problem. Every single president has a problem.
Yeah.
So when they do it, what was Trump's problem?
What you mean?
Why did Trump have a problem when he ran?
All his antics.
But his antics was real. They was real. He's not a politician.
He's not. He's a businessman.
He's a businessman. How can you the problem is Trump is not a politician, so you can't just tell Trump anything.
No.
So and these guys that are here now, you sent all the money away. You doing things that are not as Americanized as for us. We losing money.
Race baiting. Yeah, sorry.
People losing jobs. People are losing their jobs. You losing your home because you can't afford it.
Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this with sarcasm, but being truthfully honest. With the genius that this government and the powers that be have been for years to manipulate, create agendas, race baiting, with all the genius, the advisories and the consigliers, do not think for 1 second there isn't an agenda of why they're doing that. They do not do anything recklessly. There's always an agenda point, and the scary part about that agenda point is we don't know. But it's not done for no reason. They didn't sit in a room and be like, "We gonna."
Who's in the room?
That's
okay. That's the okay. That you just put your hands like that.
It ain't me or Puff.
It's none of us. Puff is never gonna be in the room.
It ain't me or Puff.
Puff room is in the Puff is alright at this time. I don't know what's wrong, but like I tell you, Spud, it's gonna be it's crazy. If we dealing with this now, picture when it's a little couple of more years down. What are they gonna? And the kids are so people are brainwashed. These kids too. They're brainwashed.
They are.
Kids are brainwashed. That's why I told you, your house, like you say, you got to speak in the household. It's a lot of things that you have to teach your kid that's not being taught in the schools.
And you got to teach them the ugly, bro.
That's right. And you have to let them know that the ugly will come.
You have to show them the ugly. It's not all peaches and butterflies and fragrance of lavender.
No.
Like, you got to show them the ugly, and how you do it. You got to be mindful of how you do it, but you have to do that. You know, me as a father, I got 3 beautiful girls, and you know, before I had kids, my whole thing was like, I don't want them to experience nothing I ever been through. I don't want them to see nothing I ever been through. I don't want them. And there was a period where I was doing that, and I realized, yo, I'm doing a disservice to parenthood this way. And it probably like 4 or 5 years ago is when I had to buckle down and show some of the ugly. And it was when George Floyd happened, is when I took that opportunity to show them the ugly.
You know that you said that? Remember you said the body cams?
Yeah.
So check this out. Your body cam with the people on the train. The people on the train. That black man with the knife. And I keep telling y'all, this is never gonna stop. It's never
what?
From George Floyd with the guy shooting on the train.
Yeah.
And he shot bystanders. That guy's not in jail. The cop is not in jail.
Yeah, I know.
So this been going on for years and years and years. Why wouldn't I teach my kids, even with the George Floyd? I explained to my kids that color plays a big race in life.
Yeah, it does.
And people could say no.
It does.
Oh,
it
you
does.
could black. You could listen, man. This has been since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So my age now, if I'm a kid and I don't teach my kids this, it can happen any given day.
Yeah.
And knowing our kids are not our color. They're not our color. They might be a lighter color, whoever. But our kids need to know that it can happen at any given day.
Of course.
And
I mean, even in real time. Even in real time, I showed my daughter. In real time, in a restaurant. Real time, a lady came in, looked at us. Was supposed to sit. She turned to the lady and was like, I don't want to sit there. This was in Howard Beach. And she got up and my daughter looked at me, and I took that moment to say, that lady looked at us because of how we look. And I showed it to her. And I saw that frustration in her, and I said, it's okay to be upset. But it's what you do with that upset. That anger.
But you know that hurts the kids, but because they don't know. They don't know.
They don't, but they need to see it now and have us to usher it in and walk along with them, step by step, teaching them. Then I'm getting hit with it full blown and not knowing how to deal with it. We have to.
You know, even like I tell you with the cops, you know, I'm not saying all of them are bad, but they don't care. They're not from here. They put them in places where they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You can't put them in a community knowing what people in the community. They said the guy had mental health. Mental health. You followed him. You shot him for $2.90, bro. Yeah, he had a knife. Now all of a sudden the tasers don't work. You guys' cameras are not on. People are filming it, and you could have started a stampede on the train.
Yes.
So who's right here? Then your mayor get up there, a black mayor get on there and say they had the right.
But
wait.
We know how he.
I understand that, but a black mayor.
It don't matter.
Once again, I'm saying it again. A black mayor don't care about what happened in his community because he's from here. He's from here. He's from here.
Yeah, he's from here.
So you let
he was a cop too.
It don't matter. You sell your soul. You said this the problem. He sold his soul to do the sucker shit to our community. So now the politicians, where are they at?
They with him at the table.
Where are the politicians? They all come out. And it's crazy. It's crazy. What are they doing to help our kids?
It's not. They're not gonna do nothing to help our kids, bro. It's on us.
Yeah, we got to go back to the drawing board again.
It's on us. Like we any additional help we get, thank you. Any true to the passion of community officer we get, thank you. To any politician that really wants to push and do something great, thank you. But if we waiting and expecting it from the overall perspective from these entities, we got a very low chance, almost close to none, that we're gonna get it.
But how much years are we gonna keep fighting the same thing?
Forever, for the rest of our lives.
And that's the worst part.
For the
so
rest,
if my grandparents did it.
For the rest of our lives, we will, as long as human beings are breathing on this earth, this fight will exist. Now, how much degree the fight will exist, I don't ever know. Because the fights on the pendulum was severe, sometimes it gets light, sometimes it goes back to severe. The fight, that degree of it, that part I don't know. But I do know for the rest of eternity on this earth, that is always going to exist. Always. And if we think it's gonna end, we got a long journey of frustration, marching, possibly looting ahead of us, because it's going to happen for the rest of our lives.
And that's what hurts me, Spud. Because it could be anybody.
But knowing that, right? Knowing that it's never gonna go away. We just gotta stay on our game, bro.
But that we always on it.
That's it.
If I could,
that's
listen,
it. Stay on our grizzly.
We could stay, Spud. We could like I say, every dad, every mom gotta be in their kid. Like you gotta be in tune with your kids, man.
You do.
You have to be in tune. Just watch over your kids, love your kids, show them the way that. Listen, it's only one way to go, man. It's right and. Don't let them go down the wrong place. Listen, the streets don't got nothing for them, man.
The streets don't.
Because it's going to be crucial for them. And believe me, there is a cell waiting for them.
There's a cell, bed, and goulash.
Or the box.
A tray of goulash.
Yeah.
Or yakisobe. And y'all don't want none of those. Trust me. And you don't want none of those.
It's sad, Spud. Because we got to do this every time we have these conversations.
It's yeah.
Every time we have these conversations that, we okay. No, we're not.
Yeah. We're
struggling. We're dealing with stuff that...
For the rest, we will keep dealing with it. We'll keep dealing with it, man. We have to. We have to or it's over.
Yeah. We
have to or we'll be tapping out?
No, you can't tap out. I would not never
we
tap out.
We can't tap out.
Listen, I got kids. I got kids. I have a family. Like... But
you know, like when they in a hole and it gets too much and they tap out, you gonna have to break my arm.
You gotta kill me.
You gotta break my arm, and then this one might be limp, but I'm coming with this one. Like, my joint gonna be dangling.
No, listen, it's life. It's life, but and I see. Oh, and another thing is, the guy that got shot on the train, right? He's going to work. He's going to work. They literally opened fire on a full train, bro.
Yeah.
And the cop was right because the guy had a knife. You couldn't jump on him. You couldn't subdue him. What?
They're not. They're not trained
to shoot, though.
They're not trained. They're not properly trained in defense. Like one person during, I forgot what type of argument. I don't know what shooting it was. We experienced. Every so often we experience one, but I remember there was a big push for people saying that, the cop feared for his life. And you know what I said? Then quit, bro.
That's right.
Then quit.
That's why when
I'm not hiring security that talk about he's scared.
That's right.
Bro, go home and become a plumber.
The first thing they do is put their hand on the hammer.
I don't want to hear that. If you scared, if you police and you scared, quit. That's like a fireman talking about, I don't want to run in that house. Man, quit, bro. I don't need you doing that. Quit. I don't want... Then if you scared, then you most definitely don't have the proper training. And then you most definitely ain't suitable for the job. So if I hear that, they feared for their life, I don't want to hear it, bro. You send soldiers that scared? No, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But quit. If you scared, quit.
Listen... That's their favorite word. They scared.
Quit.
You feared your life.
Quit.
What life you feared? People fear their life when they see you.
Quit.
When people see police, they fear their life.
Quit.
When they stop you, your heartbeat.
Quit.
Right or wrong? Your heartbeat.
Quit.
They not going to jail. They not going to jail. They might get switched to another precinct.
Get suspended with pay.
Yeah.
4 months till something else happened. Rehired. We don't know about it. They be on the job, back on the job, and we think they still suspended, and
they ain't suspended.
The case gets buried, and then something else happens, and then those people are out the way, and now we're dealing with another case, and then they find a rapper to highlight the news with, then that gets smothered, and then some child actor makes a comment, then something gets trending on social media, that gets buried, and then Beyonce drops an album, everything gets buried, and then Taylor Swift drops an album, everything gets buried, and then it's a lot of noise, y'all.
You know, Spud, I was sitting here thinking, I don't know if you saw the post I put up where the girl said her cousin hung herself in North Carolina.
I'm not sure.
You ain't see it?
No.
A girl in North Carolina, her little cousin said, she said that her cousin went, the police told their family that the kid went to Walmart to get a string and he hung himself.
No, I didn't see that. I don't know nothing about that one.
And listen, Spud, forget all that. Why would a kid that age go to the thing and hang himself? At 22, he's a truck driver. He went to North Carolina somewhere, and this is what happened. The police told him. Just like the lady that was in the house with the police and the police shot her.
Yeah.
With the body cam. But we do it? Oh, it's a problem.
We know that.
And we never win.
You know that. We're not, and I'm trying to be very careful with what I say. We're not in the fight to win. We're not in this fight to win. We're in this fight to proceed. That's what this fight. It's like 300. They knew they weren't gonna win, but they were like, we're going to fight to the very last drop to continue to proceed. And as a people, the objection of winning, I don't want to say throw that out the window. I'm not going to say that. Hold on to that if it is. But use the plight and the concept of continuing. That's the goal. We have to survive for as long as we can and share as much as we can and save as much people along the way as we can until that time comes. But the idea isn't to win. It's to continue.
To survive.
That's our goal as a people. Continue. Forget winning. What does winning look like? What does winning look like? You know what I'm saying? There's no true essence of winning. It's the continuation. We have to continue, yo. We have to continue. And I want to share that with everybody. Whatever it is you're going through in life. Mental health, society, job, keep sibling, keep going, man.
Yeah.
Keep going, y'all.
That's a plus, man.
That's all I could say. Like, we gotta just keep going, man. My man, I want to send a big shout out to my man to Sham. I was driving yesterday and he called me and he was like, "Yo, Spud, I was telling him, a dealer offered me, and this is a true story. A dealer offered me to ask them on truck." Right? They offered me to ask them on truck. And I told him, I was like, yeah, they offered me that. He was like, well, get that. And I was like, nah, I'm not getting that, bro. I'm cool with my whip. He was like, yo, Spud, life is short and we already got a slow start. He said, live, bro. He said, live. And I was just like, that's crazy, man. He was like, yo, life is short and we already got a slow start, bro. Like, live. And I want to say that to the people, man. Don't forget to live, y'all.
Yes, but
don't forget to live.
You know what? You could say that, right? We could say that. But how can we live, Spud? Spud, I understand what you're saying.
No, I don't care. I don't care if it's a bicycle.
I'm not. Forget the car,
whatever degree in life you can live, bro.
You gotta keep going.
Live.
You have to.
Live, bro.
You have to.
And don't forget to celebrate something along the way for yourself, man. Don't forget to celebrate, man. Don't forget to enjoy. Don't forget that moment to smile, man. We we love frowning, bro.
But every day
We
you
love
wake
frowning, bro.
every day you wake up is a day to be happy.
There's-
Every day is to wake up is to be happy.
And there's a balance in life.
That's all. You
gotta-
gotta balance your life and strive to whatever you want.
Don't forget.
Don't settle.
to be happy, bro.
You gotta be happy.
Don't
you know when you
forget,
wake up,
bro.
you happy. There's a lot of people not waking up. There's a lot of people that can physically do the things that we can do.
Even that, bro. Even that, like we don't realize how happy that is. You know, like,
Yeah.
we could be
Yeah.
in the moments, man. I don't care what. I know we're gonna start wrapping up, but no matter what you're going through, no matter what we are going through in life, there's someone right now wishing they had our problems.
That's right.
And I'm not gonna say go through life thinking I hate the phrase it could be worse. I hate the phrase it could be worse. I hate that phrase. But what I will say is it could always be better. It could always be better, y'all. So whatever you're going through, you can find a way to make it to the next stage, to find something or find a reason to get to the next stage.
Gotta keep working, man.
Cashel says sometimes having less is a motivation you need. Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely is.
When you don't have nothing, you work harder, and you want more. You gotta work. You gotta strive. You gotta make life. Life is what you make it, man.
Life is what you make it.
Oh,
Oh, darling, my dear.
You hear that?
Try
And songs
and
to
make it. I
Let me
know
see.
that you
You
win. Rock on my feel love, do that. Rock on my feel love. I just showed my age.
You see that? But you know a lot of songs too, Spud. A lot of songs. You could it motivate you. And look, I said that life is what you make it. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so you took it back right
Yeah,
there.
so like that's being home with your parents, and they put a song on. You don't realize it till you get a little older. Damn, my mom's played this. I think I should have did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you listen for all you kids and all the parents. You make your kids listen and understand the value of living. Everything will be great. It'll be great, man. Just listen, man.
Listen. I think that's a good way to close it out, man.
Just listen, man.
Just listen, man. I want to send a big shout out to everybody on TikTok as well as Instagram. That we was getting a lot of energy. If you did make a comment and we went past you, sorry. We were just vibing, so it's kind of hard to see the feeds, and sometimes the comment might have got to us late. So I don't want anyone to feel like their time isn't precious. We salute to everybody that's on right now and everybody who has been on. Again, for the Dungeon Talk, we just having a truthful conversation.
That's all.
Like we would have this conversation without the cameras.
Every time.
Every
It's
time.
all the time.
Every
Anytime.
Sometimes we just start a conversation. We be like, stop.
Yeah, cause
Let's talk about this on air. I don't want to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it on air. So thank you guys for joining us. I'm Spud Brooklyn.
I'm Nate, y'all.
He said that Spud never replies to me. Yo, Castro, man, my bad, bro. My bad, son. I'm gonna look out, bro.
It'd be so much on that screen.
To end the show properly, shout out to Castro 718, and we're gonna end it with a quote that he said: "Don't let the struggle truck you out the spot." And I'm gonna end on that, man. I'm Spud Brooklyn.
I'm Nate.
Shout out to everybody on the show, man. See y'all next week.
See ya.
He said, "Yo, you don't never answer."